Hey guys, this is working out for me actually. I keep my camera on a tripod, stick it over in the corner, and then when I get up in the morning, I get cleaned up, and then I start talking to you about the day before, while it's still fresh in my mind before the day begins. I think I'm going to continue to do this, usually before breakfast. Yeah, definitely, because it works out for me, and then I remember to do it as well because I can see the camera and I go, right, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, yesterday. Okay, so I've been doing really well on this strict diet that I'm doing, where I'm just not putting food in my mouth unless I really need to put food in my mouth. Okay, I know it's a strange concept. Maybe it is anyway. And it's working out. I'm having points where I feel low, and the reason being is because maybe I'm being a bit extreme than I should be, but to be honest, I want to get this off, so as long as I'm not going to die, I don't think I care. But yesterday, my mum, I know she was thinking, oh yeah, let's make his dinner nice, and she, without informing me, got some meat juices, which would hopefully not contain any fats from the meat, and she put those into a gravy. Okay, now the gravy was lovely, but I realized that this is not just Bisto gravy, and she hadn't told me, and if I don't know that, then I can't factor that in to my weight loss, and it's like maybe she thinks I'm being like I was before and not thinking about it. She didn't think about it, and I maybe I need to teach her now about the way I'm eating, because sorry. Maybe I have to talk to her about the way I'm eating, because stuff like that will throw out the huge weight loss I'm trying to go for each week. I mean, I'm determined to do this for a whole year. I'm saying it's going to be tough, but at the moment, it's easy going. I think after it becomes a norm. After like about 6 months, it'll become a normal for me, and then hopefully it won't impede me in any way. I just gotta think of other things to do other than to eat food. I know that probably comes easy to you, but for me it doesn't. It's something I'm gonna have to teach myself. Also, for the last couple of days, I've been having a tooth infection. I think it's either a tooth infection or I've pulled my jaw in some way. There's a pain just underneath here, and it gets bad, and then it gets better, and then it gets bad, and it gets better. I've looked up on the net, and it may be swollen glands. It could be anything, so I'm going to wait for a bit. If it gets worse, I'm going to definitely go to the doctors about that, but I think it'll be alright. At least I hope it will be. I'll be taking painkillers for that. But I tell you what, so far so good. I'm hoping that all my hard work, and trust me, I've been really fastidious. I'm hoping all my hard work pays off, and then I get a huge weight loss that I can report to you by Thursday. Right, so what happened yesterday? This is working out for me. I've already said that, but it's true. This is working out for me. Okay, so I found out that Bethesda has gone even further into this quagmire of strangeness. And I actually find it funny now. It's becoming a joke. I'm finding it funny. I'm laughing at it. I'm not angry at it anymore. And that is that Fallout 76 had a secret room where most games have these, like a secret map or a secret area where people would, developers can go in and test certain things. Apparently some people have found this room and have brought stuff out of it and are selling it for real money on eBay. I don't know how you get what you, I mean, maybe they'd they see you in game and you pick it up from them or something when you pay them. Seems a bit crazy, really, that somebody would pay real money for an item in game when the game ain't that great. Bit strange. So maybe it does have a really large cult following? Yeah, I just found it funny. But it wasn't that part that I found funny, it was the email that was sent to somebody. Apparently, Bethesda don't know how this is done, and sent an email to all the people they banned who used the room, asking them how they got in there. And if they tell them how they got in there, they'll reinstate their account and they'll be able to play Fallout 76 still. How they're dealing with cheaters, it's like slapping a kid and going, look, go to your room until you're ready to talk to me. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh man. Okay, so the infection on my jaw is getting slightly better, but it still feels like it's there. It's still got problems. I can swallow now, so it is slowly getting better. I'm not enjoying it. It's either an infection or a sprain. I'm not entirely sure what. Probably take a week to get better. If it takes longer than that, I'm going to be going to the dentist to check that out. Oh, so yesterday was a good day. I stayed on my aggressive eating plan. I'm hoping that it shows on the scales when I got away at swimming club, and I'll tell you how much I've lost, and I hope it's a lot, because the amount of work I'm putting into this, I should get something out of it, shouldn't I? I should. Oh God, I hope so. It's getting easier. It's getting easier to not eat sugar. I don't feel as depressed. My mood is elevated, even though I'm in pain. Things are going well as per my mental state, so things are starting to equal out. And I also feel like I've lost a significant amount of weight, because it's easier to walk, it's easier to move, and that's only going to serve to help me in the long run, because the more weight I lose, the more actions and more workouts and more walking I can do, which then in turn is going to allow me to lose the weight quicker, or at least at a steady rate. So yeah, I'm hoping this was working out. If not, I'm going to go even more aggressive, because I intend to do this. This isn't. This is like I think the second week in, and I am determined to lose half my body weight in a year, and I'm gonna do it. I just know I'm gonna do it. Anyway, I can't think of anything else I want to talk about, other than the fact that I had a new hard drive installed on my computer, and it is working nicely now. I've moved all of the items from all of the hard drives to the bigger hard drive, freeing up space, which in turn has put less strain on my computer, which in turn has made my computer a lot faster. So it's all worked out. It was a little bit of money to get this hard drive, but yeah, things are going well. I don't know if this is a thing. It might be, but how can I describe it? Okay, so I haven't been eating much. I've been drinking what I normally drink, but I've been the best way to say it is I've been urinating a lot more than normal. So what I'm thinking is that as you lose weight, you lose water weight as well, maybe? Or maybe there was a lot of raw water retention from all the really bad foods I've been eating. It's a possibility. I mean, it's a possibility. Okay, so I recently finished playing. When I say finished, I don't feel like it was complete. It's like a lot of games are doing this these days, and that is before, when games were released, they were made to have a conclusion, a credit roll sequence, tell you who's made it, and music playing. You felt accomplished because you'd finished something. You go, oh, yes, on to the next bit. Like, I accomplished that. I felt like I was accomplished. And with Assassin's Creed, there is no credit roll. It's like an MMO, single player MMO, which means there's no real end to it. It's just story. Now, I mean, if I'm playing a multiplayer online game, I expect that, and it's something I expect. Then you get the single player that does it just so that they can sell expansions to the story to make money. I get it. Don't get me wrong, the game is awesome. The game is awesome. I just don't like the fact that there was no end conclusion to it. There should have been an end conclusion to it, even though they were going to add new content to it. There should have been an end conclusion credit roll. There should have been, and then you back into the Animus. That's what should have happened. It didn't. So I felt a little bit underwhelmed because I felt like all my accomplishments just didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything. That's how it felt to me. Although it was really enjoyable and the story was great. So don't get me wrong. The story's great. It's still worth playing. It really is worth playing. Also, I've been thinking, who made Elder Scrolls Online? It was made by ZeniMax, I looked up, who are a subsidiary, don't even know if I pronounced that correctly, of Bethesda. Why didn't ZeniMax Studios, who made Elder Scrolls Online, which isn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, make Fallout 76? They have already made a multiplayer online MMO already. So all those people that were saying it's their first time were shitting up the wrong tree. I don't know if that's the right analogy, because it's not their first multiplayer MMO. It's their first Fallout MMO. There was no excuse for the poor quality of that game. Absolutely none. Because of Elder Scrolls Online, there was absolutely no way that they could justify the horrible nature of that game and the emptiness of that game. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a shoot. They missed. That's fine. Their other games are great. I'm still going to buy Bethesda games. I love the Outsider. Just because they failed once doesn't mean I'm going to stop buying their games. It's not true. I'm just really annoyed. And it's really strange because they've made me feel... No, I don't care. You probably don't care either. You probably heard so many people talking about Fallout 76, you're probably bored of it by now. That's fine. Yesterday my diet went well. I ate what I needed to. I haven't eaten that much. Been writing everything down, and I'm going to keep continuing to do this because the more you do it, the more it becomes the norm. It becomes easier to do. I also want to point out that for some reason I've been getting a lot more aggressive, and I think it's because I'm not eating to compensate with emotions anymore, and I'm left with who I really am. Now I'm calm in places, but there are things that happen, like someone will post a video that I don't agree with, and I'm attacking them, and I don't want to do that. I'm not that person. So I'm going to make a concerted effort now, going on, to be calmer. Not to allow the fact that I'm not eating to change me. Because, let's be honest, I don't want to become a troll. I don't. And there was one person that I made a comment about online, Steve Zaragoza from the Valley Folk, and I actually feel bad about it. I literally feel bad about my comment. I've been thinking about it all night, and he's never going to see this video, but I want to make a public apology and say, do you, I'm sorry, but it did gross me out. You'll know what I mean. Okay. He farts and he burps a lot. It grossed me out. I may have overreacted. I did overreact. Yeah, I definitely overreacted. So, yesterday was the end of a new slimming week for me. I haven't weighed in yet. I always weigh in at the beginning of the slimming week, so I know where I am and how I've done. Haven't done that, haven't weighed in yet. But I had a really good week. I don't know if you're up on Slimming World, but with Slimming World you get to eat all this free food, which is generally low in calorie or high in protein, and then you get like this buffer zone where you can add bits like fat and other stuff to the meal, and they've all got a sin count. Now, normally a person of my size should have about 120 sins. I've been working on the assumption that I would have 105 sins, but I've only had 54 sins this week, which means that I've significantly reduced the amount of food going in here. So I'm hoping that my body needed to pull up that deficit from this. And that's what we're trying to do. And I'm going to be doing that every week for a year. Now, was it tough? Was it hard for me to stay on the road? I have to admit that sometimes it was difficult to turn that part off. The part that would use food as a crutch. It's more a habit now than a necessity. It's something that I'm gonna have to learn to adapt to, and it's difficult to turn off the aggression that I used to just swallow up with food, because I don't like that part of me. I don't like the part that I don't like the part of me that's angry all the time. I don't like the part of me that's, well, bitch. I'm totally honest with you, but I'm getting there. And anyway, so today's the day when I see how well I've done and if I need to do more, because like I said, my plan is to lose half of my body weight. So if I don't make a good enough attempt this week, I have to readapt what I'm doing so that I do. So we'll see what the result was. Now, it doesn't have to be fast, but it has to be large and it has to be steady. Otherwise, I ain't going to be able to make my goal. And we're not. There is no way that this is not going to happen this year. I didn't record yesterday, but it's becoming the norm not to record on Friday. And this is because I go down to the radio station that I volunteer at, and I do 3 hours in a recording studio. By the time I get home and had my dinner, the sun's already going down and there's not enough light for it, not in the winter. So at the moment it's becoming a norm that I don't record on a Friday. I didn't record on Thursday night to tell you how I did, because I was a little bit disappointed. Not with myself, but after close inspection of it, it's not that bad, really. So I'm hoping I do better this week on the weight loss. Now, I had a weight loss. Well, I was disappointed with the amount. Sorry, I just picked my nose again. That is disgusting. So I'm sorry about that. It's a habit. Especially when I wake up in the morning, it runs. It's like it just opens and just it's horrible. I'm hoping that gets better as time goes on. I think it's the sleep apnea machine, to be honest. Anyway, that's what I was going on about. I did have weight loss. It was £2 off. Now, if I carry on doing what I was doing to get that £2, I'm guaranteed at least to have a weight loss every week. Now we work out. My nose every time I record. So we work out that if I'm at least £2 weight loss, I do that every week. I do that until Christmas. That I'm gonna lose 7 stone and 7 stone and 11 pounds, I think, which is not half my body weight. So that's in itself, right? £2 a week is not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. I'm not gonna hit my mark, which I want to do. Now, a lot of people are saying that it shouldn't be too hard on myself. But if I'm not hard on myself, how am I going to achieve my goal? So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a mass of my body weight off, and then I'm going to start to exercise rigorously to burn even more calories. This is going to make me a little bit more hungry, but I'm going to suffer that. And I'm going to get on with it, and I'm not going to eat any more food than I've been eating. Now, I'm hoping that this doesn't make me unhealthy, but as we go on, I'm gonna post to you exactly what's going on. Now, remember that I am riddled with arthritis, so the amount of exercise I can do at the moment at this weight is significantly reduced, which means that I have to get the weight off enough to be able to do the exercise. And that's where we're at the moment. We're at that crux point where it's gonna be a heavy weight loss, but at the moment I don't have the capacity to do it. So I'm hoping I get a better result, because this was the first week. So this is the first week going on to a healthy eating diet. My body is probably screaming and saying, oh my God, where's the food? I better store it. When it realizes that there's a steady food intake, right, then it will start to use my fat reserves. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. So, and it should do, logically. So that's basically where I am right now. I've lost 2 pounds for this week, which is not a significant change in the size I am. So hopefully it increases, like I said. Anyway, it's Saturday, so that's going to be the last. Yeah. So Saturday, that's going to be the last recording I make. So I will say, thanks for watching. Give me some thumbs up, love. Give me some good thoughts. Throw some good thoughts my way. I'm hoping that I get some people behind me, but if I don't, I don't. I'm still gonna do it no matter what. And share with your friends. Subscribe for more. Give me some thumbs up, love. All that jazz. And I will see you guys next time.